Kindergarten is a very crucial time where children begin to build upon their fundamental skills. At this age, children are very competent, capable, curious, and rich of full potential. The environment is set out in a way that begins to foster children's play and inquiry. It fosters children's sense of belonging and contributing to the environment, where they begin to socialize and interact with their peers around them, beginning to feel like they belong to the environment that they are set out in. If you were to stop in my kindergarten classroom, you would see the significance of the educator, the learner, the third teacher, where the environment has been well thought out and considered. And the materials that are placed within have been picked specifically to help foster children's learning and exploration. These materials are not ones that have already been cut out and placed there for children to take and just glue and stick it together. The materials are open-ended and allow for children to really explore with them and investigate and build upon their learning and their skills, as well as the materials and the placement of where these materials are. The art easel isn't placed in front of blocking the window. It's placed in front of the window that allows the children to really explore and see the natural light and investigate that way, as well as the materials are placed that allow the children to take the materials from one environmental area to another environmental area, and they're not restricted just within the one. This allows for the flow and the flexibility and can really begin to impact the classroom dynamic by the way that the classroom is originally set out. The environment is designed to begin to be welcoming and engaging to the children and their natural curiosity, where it can begin to investigate and expand and provoke children's learning. The environment has lots of calming, natural light and space, which allows the children to be able to flow and move in and out and socialize with their friends and investigate the materials that are within the environment, to enhance their self-regulation skills by the way that the calming material and the quiet center is placed to allow children to feel a sense of self-regulation within the environment. I would be involved in the children's play and interacting with them, building these relationships with the children, as I feel it is important in allowing them to feel welcomed and to feel like they belong and to foster that sense of belonging and expression to the learning environment that they are in. I also find it to be important to build the relationships with the parents of the children as well as the community members, as they can bring a lot of knowledge and help with the further investigations of children's traditions or further investigations of things outside of what I am able to provide to the children, which the community partners can be a great asset. If you were to stop in, you'll see lots of play happening between the children as they begin to interact with their peers and interact with myself. I would begin to ask thought-provoking questions to the children and expanding upon their learning and interests and deepening their understanding, as well as beginning to scaffold children's learning from the previous knowledge that they already have and bringing in new experiences to begin to allow them to build upon their interests. You'll see lots of provocations of learning being displayed, which are set out with natural materials that allow the children to come and investigate what is set out. Oftentimes you will see the materials displayed in a welcoming way, asking questions and allowing the children to know how to interact with the materials and taking the materials and further expanding upon that learning. Some of the materials that you may see would be sticks or rocks or stones or twigs. The list can go on. These materials can allow children to also enhance their mathematical and literacy skills by the way they begin to build with them, the way they're counting with them, and just further exploring the materials that are around them. You'll see lots of natural materials from the outdoors being brought inside, as well as lots of materials that are inside being brought out. This really allows the connectedness and the sense of belonging to the two different environments for the children. You'll also see lots of time that the children have to explore the outdoor environment itself, as this environment is full of rich potential and allows the children to really expand their learning. And it's such a great environment to allow the children to learn and grow and just explore on their own. When you stop in, you'll hear the children having lots of conversations with myself, with their peers, where they are beginning to ask questions, they're expressing their thoughts and feelings, which allows me to respond in a way that is prompting with open-ended questions, really building upon the children's interest and getting them to want to learn further, expand their learning. You will hear the children being able to solve problems on their own, as the environment is designed in a way that really allows for problem solving and innovation to happen. When you come, you'll feel happy, energetic, and welcomed. You'll really want to learn, as the materials are very welcoming and pull you in a way that allows you to want to further investigate with the materials that are out there. You'll feel happy in knowing that the children are excited to learn. They're sharing with you what they've learned, which really makes you want to expand and build upon the children's learning. You'll know the children are learning by what they're sharing with the educators, the questions that they're asking, the answers that they're providing, and the exploration that they're having with the materials around them. There will be documentation of learning that is being displayed, which allows the children's learning to be visible within the classroom. It allows the children to see the previous learning that they've had, to build upon that, or allow outsiders to see the learning that is taking place within the classroom. These documents really allow the educators to listen to what the children are saying, take notes to know what to build upon and expand upon for the children's interest. It allows them to take a deep listen to what the children are saying, responding to the children, and being able to expand, build upon, and deepen their learning. The children are really the lead of the inquiry. The educators become the co-learner of this environment, where the children lead the exploration, and the educators follow with prompting questions and prompting responses, allowing and building upon the children's learning. Thank you.